Hey, welcome to a brand new day. Today is Memorial Day, and my question to you today is what's holding you back? My question of the day to you is what's holding you back? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon Live. I'm going to assume that very few people are going to watch this live. Most of you are sleeping, enjoying the vacation the rest of Memorial Day, but I've been up since 5 a.m., and of course, I'll probably be asleep, though, at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. tonight, as I'm an early riser. Been that way for so much of my life. I'm going the first time today in portrait mode. So if you're watching this in portrait mode, and if you like this view, I'll watch it afterwards. I'm curious how it is for you on Restream. But my question of the day for you and for all of us today is what's holding you back? And I say what's holding you back from my own experience, not 20 years ago, not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago. But today, when I think about what's holding you back, what's holding me back, pre-COVID, things were going quite swell and well for Ramon Ray Enterprises, as it were. Started smarthustle.com and sold it. Started smallbiztechnology.com and sold it. Started Small Business Summit and sold it. But along the way, largely post-COVID, the economy shifted, things changed, minds changed, how we did business was reinvented, rechanged for some degree, and things have changed in my own business. And I feel a bit stuck today as I do a live episode of the Rundown with Ramon, changing out and experimenting with portrait mode. My question of the day for you, and a question of the day can be for you, only because it is for me as well, is what's holding you back? Have you reached the full potential that God has intended you to be? Have you reached the full intention that you could be? Or is there something holding you back? And if you're like me and you know something's holding you back, something's not quite right, maybe you don't even know what that being held back is. I know in my case, I can't put my exact finger on it and say it's this because I don't know what this is. But there's something holding me back. And my question of the day is what's holding you back? What is holding you back, stopping you from being where you should be? Putting a dollar symbol on it, for some of you, where you should be is earning $150,000 a year, and you're only at 80. For some of you, you need to be earning $80,000 per year, and you're only at 50. For some of you, maybe you should be earning $500,000 a year, and you're only at 200, or only at 30,000, or not even begun. So my question: what's holding you back? Is it the unforgiveness that you're holding on, still blaming your father, your mother, your uncle for what they've done in the past to you, or bullying in school when you were a small child and still blaming the other for something, and you're holding on to that and it's holding you back? Maybe is it an incident that happened yesterday that happened to you and that really, really got to you, and it's holding you back from today, which may be a generational holding back for some time? Or is it something that happened to you as a young adult, as a young person, maybe not as a child, but as a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, something that just got you and got into your soul, got into your spirit, got into your psyche, and it's holding you back? That's the question I want you to answer for yourself today. What's holding you back? Maybe, just maybe, is it something that you were doing quite well, but something interrupted that, and you're not sure how to start. You're not sure what to do. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? Is it something happened and kind of took you off kilter, and you just haven't got your mojo back? Sometimes I feel that's the way for me. But my question of the day on this Memorial Day is, hey, Ayanna, is what's holding you back? That's the question of the day. Maybe you've had some success. Maybe you've had some momentum. Maybe you've had some movement. Maybe things have gone well for you, but there's something still that's holding you back. What's holding you back is my question of the day. So my first question for you as we move towards a answer, maybe a solution to the problem, is as you're exploring what's holding you back, is my message of the day, my thoughts of the day today, what's holding you back. My question for you, my thought for you, my admonition for you, my inspiration for you is to understand, do you want to change? That's number one. Do you want to change? Because sometimes we don't want to change. And it's important to want to change, because if we don't want to change and we're happy, we're satisfied where we are, why in the world would we change? That's question number one. Do we even want to change? Some people are satisfied. If you're satisfied where you are, whether it's financially, whether it's psychologically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's in your relationships, do you want to change? That's the question of the day. Do you even want to change? Number two, do you know where you're at right now and where you want to go? I ask myself that question. One of the ways I want to be a better husband to my wife. I don't communicate as well with her as she wants me to. There's several things lacking in me as a husband. I want to do better. It's not easy. I want to do better in my business, financially and fiscally, and other things I want to do better. At 52 years old, as I turn 60 in the coming months, coming years, I want to do better. So the question is, do you want to change? That's the question. I want you to ask yourself this. Put it in the comments. Yes, I want to change. Or no, Ramon, I'm doing pretty good the way I am. And if you want to change, do you know what that change looks like? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And what's it going to take to unlock that so you can get to where you want to go? That's number two. And then number three, I want you to ask yourself, how will you get there? How will you get there? What's next for how you'll get there? What's your next? Because then if you know that you want to change, if you know the delta, the difference, now what does it take to get there? When I think of myself, one small little metric in my business, I want my email list to grow to about 25,000, 50,000. Those are big jumps. I should declare a number, but I want it to grow. And I'm not doing the things that need to be done to make it grow. That's on me, on no one else. The technology is there. The systems are there. The platform is there. But it's up to me to execute that and figure it out, not to anybody else to blame. That's a tactical thing. Me being a better husband, for example, declaring that's a lot harder because there's the emotional ties in there. You're dealing with another human, not just an email platform. You're dealing with the path. Hey, Karen, glad to have you here. But my question is now, what steps will you take to affect that change? Number five, it's important to understand and ask ourselves in that case is, do we have the persistence to continue forward? Do we have the persistence to continue to go on? Do we have the wherewithal to continue to go on? The grit, as Angela Duckworth would say in her book, grit, to persist and go forward. Because oftentimes to make the greater change that we want, it requires something of us. It requires something of us, Rival. Glad you're here today. It requires something. And the question is, do we have that? And you need to think to yourself where you want to be compared to where you're at. Is the delta, is that desire, is that need enough for you to go through the consistency, to go through the grit, to get up every single day and get it done? I didn't want to be here today on live Rundown with Ramon. Didn't want to do it. And if I wasn't here, maybe no one would miss it. But I did it for me. Because as I grow my platform, and one thing I definitely want to do is be a host on a bigger platform, I have to keep showing up. Ask yourself, Karen, ask yourself, Rival, ask yourself, Diana, from where you want to be and you're at now, if you indeed, recapping that, want to be somewhere else, and some of you are okay where you're at, some of you are not okay where you're at, but if you want to make a change, if you want to grow, if you want to exceed, if you want to go more than you're at today, then the question of the day is, what are you going to do to get there? Another thing to keep in mind as we talk about, are you willing to make the changes? Are you around people who can help you make that change? Very few people, I would dare say, no one can go alone. Jesus Christ, with all the power and all the mechanisms he had in the world, and of course, he's God Almighty, so he can do anything he wants. But in the context of this conversation, he had disciples with him to help him and to spread the gospel. Martin Luther King Jr., for all his power, all his amazement, he had a team of people. We don't hear a lot about him, but he had a team of people to help him do what he was doing, what he was meant to do. So I ask you to ask yourself, do you have people around you who can help carry you forward? Do you have people around you who can help encourage you? Do you have people around you who will tell you when you're not doing what you should do to set you on the right path? Or are you hanging around the same people who are doing the same thing in the same way all the time? One of the most successful car dealers in the world, his name is Brian Benstock. He's known as saying, stay away from still people, still broke, still cantankerous, still angry, still jealous. They're just still evil people. Stay away from them. Stay away. And sometimes you can't stay away from people. They're sleeping in your same bed. If you birth them and they're your children, it's hard to stay away from them, as it were. But if you can't spend a minute less time with them, especially if they're not direct family, they're not your wife, they're not your kids, especially if they're not grown kids, you can spend less time with them and choose who your friend circle are, because you are a sum total of who you spend the most time with. You are a sum total of what you pour into. You are a sum total of what you read. You are a sum total of what you are around. That's on you. That's on you. Another thing, when you're determining yourself that you want to keep moving forward, that you want to change, that you want to make a difference, is, are you educating yourself? Are you educating yourself on what you need to do? And life is split oftentimes in two. We have the family and personal side of life, our church, our community, our children, our spouses. Yes, I understand that. But are you educating yourself how to be a better person and show up person for them? And the other part is your business. Are you there learning how to take your business to the next level if that's the season that you're in? Are you learning leadership principles? Are you learning how to hire properly? Are you learning how to be a better employer, how to be a better leader? Are you learning how to scale, how to grow at finances, marketing, sales, logistics, all the things that are important to taking your business to the next level? Are you doing that? Once again, everybody, we take a little break here. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, the celebrity CEO. We do three things and three things alone. One, I'm a motivational keynote speaker around the world, on stages around the world, helping people live their best lives and take their businesses to the next level, hosting the best events. Number two is we grow zoneofgenius.com as a platform for small business owners and entrepreneurs to thrive and live in their zone of genius. And number three, I help entrepreneurs, purpose-driven entrepreneurs, business coaches, experts, and consultants, and authors and speakers, help them build their personal brand through the methodologies of the Celebrity CEO. And we'll be launching programming on that in the coming days. So that's what I do. And my question to you is, are you clear on what you do, who you serve, and what you do? Because if you can wake up every morning being clear on what you do and who you serve and how you do it, you will be able to thrive every day in your zone of genius. It may not be the easiest way to do it. It may not be easy every day. Some days you may have to push yourself forward, but you'll be waking up knowing that you're within your purpose. My name is Ramon Ray. This is a quick segment, Memorial Day live segment on the Rundown with Ramon. Testing out, by the way, the vertical platform, portrait platform. Curious how it looks on your end. I'll check it afterwards, but I wonder, some of you are used to seeing it maybe horizontal, maybe, but I wonder how it looks on your platform. Is it any better, worse, same? I'd love to get your input in knowing how it is for you. I'm going to test something here and test how this show promo looks here on vertical. Let me test this real quick here. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Let me see how this countdown looks. Good, I can test this live right now. I see. Okay, so I'm going to have to resize this already, resize these four. If I ever decide to go portrait mode, I'm going to have to resize it for this. But everybody, I'm glad you're here. My name is Ramon Ray. I think we're going to close down the Rundown with Ramon show. Quick 13-minute show just to inspire you today, Memorial Day. Most of our shows are 30 minutes or longer. But today I think I'm going to pause right here and say thank you for showing up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed and have an amazing day. If you have any questions for me, you can always DM me across any of the platforms you're watching this on. Email is my priority channel, Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, at RamonRay.com. It's the best way to reach me. Glad you're here today. And those of you who've served, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Some have served with their lives. Some have served and given their all. Some are no longer here. But thank you for being a part of the American history of giving your service to our country as we honor you on this Memorial Day. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. Don't forget to sign out. Zoneofgenius.com. Sign up, get our email newsletter so you don't miss out at all. With that, that's a wrap. Be blessed. Thanks so much. And let me know how you like this portrait mode, if it's good or you like the other way.